Hey, what's up guys, my name is Sonny and welcome to a brand new episode of Production Insight. We're here in the new studios. We worked on this for a couple of months and it's all done now, so I'm really happy with that. And all future episodes of Production Insights will be shot here. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about my remix for Lost Frequencies, Crazy. That's actually a cool story because he asked for me personally to do a remix of this track because he heard two of my tracks, front to back and slingshot. Yeah, and he really liked the remix. He used it in a couple of his after movies of big shows, as well as a live performance for Belgian television, so that's really cool. So yeah, let's get started. So, for those of you who don't know the track, I will play a little part.
Call me whatever they want, call me crazy. You can call me whatever you want, but that won't change me. I just don't care what the world says. I'm gonna make it. They can call me whatever they want, so whatever it is, crazy.
So as you can see, this project is a real mess, but I'm just giving it to you as it is, and this is usually how I work. First thing I did when I started with this remix, it's a pretty cool thing. I transposed the vocal up by 2 keys.
Call me whatever they want, call me crazy.
Because you know the original vocal is really laid back, and I really wanted to make a dance floor kind of sound, so I thought it really needed that. This is the original.
Call me whatever they want, call me crazy.
And the thing I did, you can use this Complex Pro option in Ableton, and if you pitch it up too, and if you don't use the formants, it will sound like this.
Call me whatever they want, call me crazy.
But you know, it will sound really chipmunk style, so I use the formants.
Call me whatever they want, call me crazy.
And it will still sound the same. Kind of the same, it's doable, you know? And for the break elements, it's a bunch of pianos, a contact and a nexus, some low cut. Oh, this is actually a marimba, I think. And here an arp, omnisphere, also with some low cut. Silent chords, which will open up here, I think, the cutoff. Also with some stutter. Risers. Nice reverse. You know, that's pretty much it. Some sweeps, drums. The really interesting parts, of course, are in the drop. I think I don't even know how I started this because I think I worked on this for 3 days, and in the end it sounded like something. But in the beginning it was so chaotic, so it took some time to get all these different elements in there. I will show you just all the different parts and how that works together. This is my drum, kick drum. Consists of 2 drum samples, one with the low end cutoff, you know, compressed together with the Wave CL2A. Little drum loop on top. Clap. 3 claps combined. And my hi-hats. So that's it for the drum group. After that, I started with the bass line, I think. Nope, that's not it. Yes, that's really the future bounce kind of bass. And then I layered that with a serum. So that gives a really cool sound. So I will show you how I did the starter synths right now. These consist of 3 different plugins: a silent, a serum, and a massive. The serum is this one, which is actually the mid of these synths, and I just used the LFO rate in the plugin to get this stutter sound. Oh yes. And the silent one, I used the auto pen to create the stutter sound, and I will show you how I did that. So let's turn this off. you just take an auto pan. So this is the original sound. Then you turn up the amount all the way. The rate, yeah, that doesn't really matter right now. You make sure the faces are on top of each other, and then turn this on like 1/16. And then you get the stutter effect, and then you can redirect the offset to where you want it to make sure the beginning really snaps on the grid. So this is a really easy way to create a stutter effect on any synth you want, if you use Ableton, of course. So yeah, those are the serum and the silent. Together they will sound like this. Yeah, here we go. And then on top of that, I used a kind of sine wave from Massive, which sound like this. And all together they sound like that. So that gives a really cool synth, and it's just 3 layers. So that's really cool, in my opinion. So we have the bass line, we have the stutter synths, and of course the bass line below the stutter synths. I used a I used a serum for this one, and then I bounced the audio to, you know, really get it on the grid. And I think I also used this serum, the same serum that I used for this bass line. On top of that, so you don't really hear it, but when it's not there, you'll notice. So I think that's it for these sounds. Let's have a listen without this one. And there's a piano for the chords, together with these. A spire and a serum, to really give it some more energy, you know, and also give it kind of future house kind of sound. And as you can hear, there's also the original vocal from the Lost Frequencies remix is in there somewhere. And I used 2 of them. One of them is coming from the left, and one of them is coming from the right. And I put some distortion on top. So that's pretty cool. And then the lead synth. Obviously I got inspired by the Madison Mars track and the drop gun kind of sound, so I tried to, you know, recreate that kind of feeling for this track. I used a serum, a massive, and a different serum. I had to freeze them because my computer really hates it. This was just a preset from some bank. I don't even remember, and I think I just played around with the cutoff, you know. I used the LFO to automate the cutoff, and then just played around with the setting until I liked it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the lead sound. And I think that's it for the whole track. I think I messed up the cutoff right now. is also going on in the background. And furthermore, it's just some FX and some reverses. These kind of reverses I used by recording the reverb of the lead and then reversing it and using it as a reverse, of course. Some white noise. These in the background. So that's it for the Crazy remix. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, drop it in the comments. And I will see you guys for the next episode of Production Insight. Peace.